We would meet up really late and I would come back home really late. And it was a lot of sacrifice, I think. In the end, yeah, I knew like if you put in work, I think you get the results. It's just, I guess, a matter of time.
We went through from your journey to come here as a medical student, your highs and lows, your Erasmus exchange, your thesis, and now you are a doctor. So what are the next steps in your career as a doctor?
They placed me in a department of general surgery.
Wow.
It's extremely competitive to enter this specialty. I did get offered a spot in the UK Foundation program. I applied there, I did get a spot, but in the end, I decided not to go to London.
Hello you guys, welcome to this channel. My name is Matt, I'm a medical student here in Rome, Italy. I have this joy to share with you my journey here as a medical student, as a father, as a husband, as also a worker, humanitarian worker. I have been working for the past 10 years with international development, and I want to share with you my story.
Today, I have the honor to interview the newly graduated medical doctor, Karolina Kulakowksa. Just recently graduated from University of Rome, La Sapienza. She completed 6 years of medicine and surgery in the English program here in Italy. And she did her 5th year in Bonn, Germany as an Erasmus exchange student. She's from Poland, learned English, perfected her German, and learned Italian while in Italy. She's an inspiration. She has a very cool Instagram called Med Rome, and she's one of the newest medical doctors in the block here in Rome. So welcome to our channel, Dr. Karolina.
Hi, thank you so much for this chat, and I'm excited for this interview.
Yeah, I'm very excited too. Thank you so much for being here. So how was your process to choose Italy as a place to go for medical education, for medical school?
Yeah, so my journey, let's say, started when I was even in middle school. So I decided that I would really like to study abroad. So I knew that I really want to learn languages, and later on, I decided to do high school with this international diploma. So I studied in high school in English. And when I decided to do medicine, it was again around high school time. I always kept this thought of going abroad, and I looked for different programs. And at the time, I was hoping to study it in English because I knew that most publications are done in English, and most of the important scientific journals are published in English. So I thought this would be very beneficial for me. There are programs in Poland as well. So you can study medicine in Poland in English. But of course, like I told you, I thought that not only going abroad, but also learning even another language would be a sort of advantage for me during my research. And I had a friend who studied in Italy, in the north, in a city called Pavia. I asked him how it was. He was doing his first year and he really liked it. So I decided to apply as well. And yeah, the rest is history. Now I've been living for almost 6 years in Rome. One of those years, as you said, I spent in Germany during Erasmus.
Well, so during your 6 years, you just graduated. What were the moments of highs and lows? Did you have moments of like cultural shock or learning medicine is a subject that is very complex? How was it for you?
So in general, living abroad comes with its challenges, especially at the beginning. It was very, very hard for me to adjust, also because I didn't know Italian. I came here only knowing English and some German, obviously Polish, but most people here speak Italian only. So this was challenging, of course. Even at the beginning, I had some difficulties with adjusting. I wasn't really used to the lifestyle, even though I really liked it and I was really interested in the culture. I would say that also other aspects, so studying medicine, it was hard definitely to get used to these oral exams. So at the beginning, it was very hard for me to get used to this format. I just was so stressed before every exam. Don't get me wrong, I still did get stressed before exams, but I didn't know how to prepare for this type of questioning. And then as the years went on, I got used to it and I kind of came up with a way to prepare for those exams, but it took me time. But the thesis was also quite stressful for me because it's something that I've never done before. It was quite a stressful thing to do. but in the end, it came out okay. And I don't know, maybe also from the highs, I was really excited that to live abroad and to meet new people, it wasn't also easy at the beginning. I mean, luckily, in my class, we have amazing people. So we did actually become friends very fast. And I do have many friends from my class. Overall, I'm very happy that I did go through with it. And I did learn a lot in the process. And I feel like I did develop a lot as a person from this educational point of view, which for sure I did learn a lot, but then also as like a person. And yeah, I think this experience was worth it.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear, especially by making friends in your class. I think that's so important. It's just one of the highlights, I guess, spending 6 years with a group of people that you feel connected, that you feel like you made friends for life, I think. Okay, so I have learned that you did Erasmus exchange to Germany and you went to Bonn. Is that the name of the city?
Yes.
Yeah, so how was the experience of Erasmus for you? You did the entire 5th year there, and what is one of the biggest lessons that you have learned during your exchange as Erasmus students?
The biggest lesson is not to give up and to just try your hardest, even though, you might fail. Like sometimes you just have those hard times where you feel like nothing is gonna go right. And at the beginning, I did feel like that. It was a really big challenge that I took on. Many people also didn't believe in me that I would go through with this Erasmus and that I would actually pass exams there. So yeah, even I just would say try to do your best. And yeah, even when people don't believe in you, just work hard, and I think it will pay off, because this was a big challenge to study in German, but yeah, I managed to do it.
Wow, incredible. Very challenging. Like going to another university, another country, learning, improving your third language, fourth language at this point, and doing medicine is just not the easy thing. You mentioned about your thesis being one of the shocks. Was hard because it was your first time doing something like that. And I think is during medical school is one of the things that we keep in the back of our heads already. Like, oh my gosh, in the end, I have to present this. And so how was your process and what was your final thesis about?
My final thesis was on the topic of dermatology. We did this project about mucosal manifestations in patients with COVID-19. How I managed to, let's say, do this thesis was finding a professor, and then we came up with a topic. I was keen on her suggesting topics to me, so I actually asked her, maybe you are working already on something and I can help you out. Yeah, we just managed to have enough cases on this topic to be able to put a thesis together. In the end, there were, again, ups and downs, I think, as it always goes, and as if any project. And there were times where I would just we would meet up really late, and I would come back home really late, or we would meet up on Saturdays even. And it was a lot of sacrifice, I think. But in the end, yeah, I knew, like, if you put in work, I think you get the results. It's just, I guess, a matter of time.
That's really cool and interesting. I guess that's what we would expect from a professor, to be available, but it seems like she really made herself available. She was interested, she was motivating you, she would make sacrifices on her side to meet you on Saturdays, and she really put you into her schedule to like work together with you.
Yeah.
I feel like these first questions we went through, from your journey to come here as a medical student, your highs and lows, your Erasmus exchange, your thesis, and now you are a doctor. That's really great. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. So what are the next steps? What is Brazil, and what are you thinking about the next steps in your career as a doctor?
Yeah, so it's very weird for me, even very odd, to be out of this medical school, I want to say, bubble, because now I've been a student for 6 years. I have graduated. Of course, I'm very happy and very excited. But the future now, I have to decide on what I'm doing. I have a few ideas. As you said, I am first going to Brazil, and this is certain. So I will be in Brazil for all of August. I will be in a city called Curitiba. They placed me in a department of general surgery, so I will do my rotations there. I mean, I have some plans. I would like to go into research, as you said. This is definitely a goal for me. I believe that it's more of a long-term goal. In the end, I would love to do also a PhD. This is really a dream of mine, but I'm not sure if it will happen sooner or later. I am very keen on working in the field of dermatology. I would really like to become a dermatologist. Wow. It's extremely competitive to enter this specialty, but I will try my best. First, I will try to enter in Italy. If not, of course, I do have other options. I can always go to Germany or to Austria or to Switzerland or even back to Poland if I want to. So there are some options. I did apply to the UK also to work there. I did get offered a spot in the UK Foundation program. I applied there. I did get a spot to start working now. But in the end, I decided not to go to London because I didn't have the guarantee of what would happen next. I would have to spend at least 8 years there. And I knew that at the beginning, I would have to work in various departments, not necessarily of my choice. So I would basically be placed wherever they would need me. And in my case, where I know that I would like to do dermatology, I was just hoping to try to enter dermatology right away, which is possible in the other European countries. I just thought it's maybe not worth it, and I will try to stay here, somewhere in Europe, let's say.
Well, I was born in Brazil, raised in Brazil, then became American later on. But Curitiba is a very beautiful city. I'm very excited for you. Also, to get to know the medical students' culture in Brazil. I want to hear afterwards, going around as a doctor, and I think you're going to receive so much honor and respect by the medical students and also by the other doctors that are coming from Rome and also being European. And I want to hear all of that. I want to hear like your experience. I'm excited for you. I guess so many people, and we soon will talk with another friend that is actually in UK doing a foundation program, but so many people really want this position there. And then you were saying like, no, I got accepted, which is a great thing. And then you say like, I'm going to go to another direction. I'm going to stay in Italy. That's really, really cool. Now you feel like dermatology is your area. How was this process of choosing dermatology for you?
Yes, I was very undecided, as I even mentioned earlier. I didn't even know what to do my thesis in. I liked various subjects throughout medical school, but in the end, when I started doing my thesis in dermatology, I think this was definitely this turning point. I knew I liked it when I was studying it, but then when I got more in depth with what we were doing there, and also I did collaborate with a dermatologist in Warsaw in Poland, I just thought, okay, this is the field for me. This is what I want to do. I actually got fascinated when it comes to this field, mostly about this immunological sort of aspect of it, which is also why I like rheumatology. I also like this branch of medicine, but ultimately, yes, dermatology is just number one for sure for me. If I get the chance to do both, if I get offered this chance or opportunity to do these things, I would love to do them both.
That's really awesome, Dr. Karolina. So the last thing that I would ask you, I think it's just to wrap up the conversation for today, is do you have any tips that you would give to medical students that are struggling through the exams and knowledge and things that we have to manage at the same time? So if you can leave for us tips that would help us to just keep thriving and finish the finish line like you just did, please tell us.
A few tips that I can give. Maybe try to stay organized. I think this is the try, but I know it's not always easy. You know, life is life. There are things happening. I would say that time management is quite important, and just trying to plan everything. Even if the plan doesn't work out in the end or it changes, I still think there's some sort of, if you have a track that you want to follow, it helps you out. Or like to see the end goal, you know, and try to plan for it. You know yourself best. So you just, you know, if you're tired, just take a break, because if you're always tired and you're always on and on and on, you'll just be exhausted. Even if someone else is still studying, just try to follow listen to your body and listen to what you need. And then, just try to work hard and believe in yourself, because like I even said, people didn't believe I would do Erasmus in Germany, I would fail everything. But here I am with that 1 year of experience there, and yeah, just graduated from medicine on time. So it's definitely doable. Like everything is doable if you put enough work and if you believe in yourself.
That's really great. Thank you so much for your time today, and I'm so excited for your journey. And thank you so much for being available, making yourself available. I know you have residency exam coming up. You have a trip to Brazil in a couple of days. You just graduated maybe last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because you're efficient and you just, I think one of the secrets is the time management, like you said, but also including in your timeline, in your agenda, the fun, the studying, like mastering your process of studying. I think this is a big topic of conversation for our next conversation. But yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here today. And I hope everybody watching this would benefit from all the tips that Dr. Karolina left us today. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you so much.